All right, all right. What's up? What's up? This your man Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. Guys, welcome, welcome to this video, man. We should be live, testing out some new things here. I am actually broadcasting live to Facebook, to YouTube, and one other place. I can't remember. It's three locations. Two YouTube channels and Facebook. I was trying to broadcast live to Instagram, but they wanted me to do something like a stream key, which I didn't have set up. All right, guys. So how's everybody doing, man? It's been a while since I made some videos on this level. I made one the other day. I think that was my first time in a while. I had took a little time off to focus on some other things, and now I'm back at it. Back at it. Back at it. Back at it. Let me see here. Let me check. Make sure that way. Did I see myself on here? Have to check to make sure. Okay, so looks like I'm live. Looks like I'm live. Okay, guys. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is I want to talk to you guys about some opportunity that I've identified. I was recently accepted into the TikTok Shop affiliate program, which is a very lucrative program, guys. It's a very good program because what it does is it allows anybody to get in and to partner with one of the biggest platforms out there and have an opportunity of building a business around promoting products on that platform. If you're unfamiliar with the TikTok Shop affiliate program, I did some research on Google. Last year in 2024, the TikTok Shop did right at $32 billion. dollars. Okay. I'm going to pull it up so we'll have the most accurate stats. Blew me away when I saw it, but I wasn't surprised, man. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised. Give me a minute. Get some things pulled up. All right, so okay, so what I did was I searched on Google for how much sales were processed through the TikTok shop in 2024. Now, if you guys be on TikTok, you know when you scroll and you always see people selling stuff live. Okay, that's part of the TikTok shop. Okay, now last year the TikTok shop generated right at 32.6 billion dollars. All right, which is crazy when you think about it. And over 9 billion of that was from the United States. Let that sink in. 300, I mean, $32 billion was generated in the TikTok shop last year. And that's men and women all over the globe buying things on TikTok. That's live selling on TikTok, which is a huge portion of that. Where when you be online and you be scrolling and you see those people standing in front and they're selling, okay, and over 9 billion of that was from the U.S. Now, this is the thing. I was looking at a report and it was talking about TikTok said that they wanted to increase that US volume from 9 billion to 20 something billion over the next so many years. Okay. Now, this is the thing that I want you guys to really pay attention to. So that means that somebody got seriously paid off that $32 billion in volume. We know TikTok gets paid off that because they take a transaction fee. We understand that. We know those merchants got paid. The store owners got paid. But a third category got paid, man, and this is what we call the silent machine, and that is the affiliates. Now, this is the difference between a TikTok seller and affiliate. A TikTok seller applies to the platform to be able to sell their own products that they inventory and ship out. Okay, so there's a different brands and stuff to do this. All right, now as a TikTok affiliate, you have to have a certain criteria met in order to submit. One is you got to be over the age of 18. Used to be in the U.S., you used to have 5,000 followers, and then 1,000 in places like Europe and things like that. But TikTok has raised the barrier of entry down for the U.S., and so now you just have to have 1,000 followers, and you have to be then uploaded a video within the past 30 days of when you submit your application, and then you can submit your application. And when you look at the marketplace, man, when you look at that marketplace over there, it's anything and everything being sold. I done seen furniture, I done seen lawnmowers, I done seen generators, a lot of health and beauty. You'll see things such over there as supplements and different dietary things, tools, a lot of gadgets, things for your car, things for your home. I've seen a lot of apparel, a lot of toys, a lot of stuff over there being sold. And when you get accepted to this to the TikTok Shop affiliate program, you have the ability of selling almost anything and everything over there. It's really cool because the way you discover products to sell is that there's a shop tab on the app where you can click on there and you can go to the TikTok shop, which is like their marketplace. And you can look through by categories, like I just said, men's clothing, women's clothing, hats, shoes, tools, gadgets, car stereos. And you can look through and you can see a lot of information. You can see how much the item sell for. You can see who's the manufacturer, who's the shop owner that owns, that's distributing the item. You get to see the item's cost. They have a review system built in there, so you can see all the reviews. A lot of these items have thousands and thousands of reviews on it, kind of similar to what you'll see like on Amazon. Um, but once you join the TikTok Shop affiliate program, you get a little bit more insight and data than the regular person. For instance, whenever you go to an item, you can see how much commission you would get paid if you were to promote that item. And right now, TikTok pays anywhere, or the merchants pay anywhere from 10 to 40%, depending on how new you are as an affiliate, how much volume you do, or what you're selling, right? And so anyway, if you see something you like, all you have to do is there'll be a little window open up, and then you can see the commission. And then if you decide that you want to roll with that, or you might want to sell that one day in the future, you just click on a button, and then you're gonna see that joker do like this, and it's gonna drop down into what we call like a queue. They call it the showcase on there. And then what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to promote that item and you're going to get paid a commission. Now, the way the commissions work, you get paid anywhere from 10 to 40% off an item, depending on what you're working with. The commission is generated after the item sells and the actual customer has delivery of the item for 15 days. All right. So once that takes place, then it activates a payment for you. Now they pay out through I think it's Stripe and I know it's PayPal. All right. They pay out through that. So once that clears that time frame, you get paid out. Now when I say that there is people making some serious cash doing this, if you go and you look at the data on it, there are some streamers and some brands, man, that are pushing major volume. You got people making anywhere from a couple $100s to I think some of the top streamers are making millions a year. I was listening to a young lady the other day. They were interviewing her, and she was doing $100,000 in net profit a month. All right, and again, guys, this is not. This is just I'm just giving you the data, right? And you have when you go on there, man, you see anything and everything from and you have to be 18 years old, okay? You have to be 18. So you see everything from a young person to an older person selling. You'll see individuals, but then you'll see brands and companies and things like that. Like this is one channel that I've been checking out. They have this gimbal, all right, that you can sit down on a table and then it follows you. All right, it follows your face or follow your body and stuff like that. And when I tell you that this channel never shuts down, never shuts down. Anytime I go on there to look at it, it's somebody on there streaming. And most of the time, they stick with the same item. They're selling the same item. The only time you'll see them sell something different is when they're selling the updated version of that item. And so they'll start liquidating out the old version and introducing a new one. But they run 24 hours a day. And then I've seen other individual streamers like myself, and they'll be jumping on her 2, 3 times a day. To kind of give you an idea, I went live twice already. I went live the night before, and I went live earlier today. Went live. It was a new experience, man. It's something different. It's really cool. It's not hard to do, and this is how hard it is. Let's say, for instance, I'm on there. All right. What you do is, let's say, for instance, like this ink pen was something that I wanted to sell on my live. So I would go to my showcase, and then what you could do is you can add this. all right, to your showcase. And then in your live, you can do what they call pinning. Once you pin it at the bottom of your screen, there's going to be a banner talking about the details of how much the item costs, how much shipping costs, things like that. And a lot of times they'll put how many items they have available still. But then right up under there, there is a little icon, a little shop icon. Person click on there and they get all the details, but they can also see everything that you have available for sale, not just that item. Okay. And so when you're live selling on the app, this is how hard it is. Let's say, for instance, I'm selling this ink pen. Okay, this is not an ink pen. This is one of those pens that you write on an iPad with. I didn't want to go out there and get an Apple Pencil. All right, so I ordered about a total of, I think I went through like 5 of these, trying to find one that would work for me, that had good quality, that wasn't gonna cost me with an Apple pen. Now, let's say if I'm doing this, so if I was on live, I would just jump on like I am right now, and I would introduce myself to you guys, and I would talk about the product. I say, okay, guys, well, today I'm going to be showcasing this right here, and I'll tell them, okay, this is the brand of whatever the brand is, and this is a pencil that competes with the Apple Pencil that you can write on your iPad. I might even have my iPad there, and what I'll do is I'll show them how the actual item works. So the way you turn this on is, you see that right there. What you do is you just click on that like that, and then as you see that that blue LED light comes on. That lets you know that your pencil's activated. And if you look there, you'll see a slit. And what that slit does, that slit allows for you to be able to put a USB plug in there, and you can charge this up at your computer with your laptop, or you can plug it directly into the wall. All right. So whenever you see that blue slit, I mean that blue light, then that lets you know that you can that your pen is active. And then what I would do is I would just proceed to write on the tablet and showing them. All right, here's the fine, here's broad, here's what you could do. When I feel the pen, guys, it's sturdy. It doesn't feel plastic like a lot of pens do. It writes real good. It responds good on the screen, and that's all I'm doing. And then I'm telling the people, I'm like, okay, guys, today if you want the item, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars. All right, and shipping's going to be this. And then when I'm looking at the data on the pencil, it'll tell me if they bought today, when it's estimated to be delivered. And I could tell them that. Sometimes the actual store will be doing what they call a flash sale, and that's a discount that they give to you for your particular live. It's like a sale, it's like a special. So when a person buys, either they'll get some additional bonuses or they'll get a discount. It's really, really cool. Now, the way you get samples, like now to go live, you got to have a physical product, right? You just can't go live talking. So you have a choice. You can buy your sample, have it come, you got your samples, and that's what I did. A lot of things that I'm actually selling are things that I had bought for myself already. I had bought this real cool tripod that I got over there. And let me get it. I'm gonna show you guys what it is. So I got two things that I had bought already for myself. All right. And these are the two things that I've been selling. This is what I went live with two times in a row. And basically I'm gonna kind of show you guys what this is. This is a tripod, right? That you can use for your phones and things like that. And basically the way it works is that you have these two lights on here. All right. So if you want some light, you need some light, you can just push that like that, and you got lights there, right? If you want them to change to a different shade, you could do like that, and you could change them. All right. I can't really see it, so you guys got to be my eyes. You could change it, which is really cool. Now, if you don't want the light on, you just hold it down. All right, and that's going to turn that light off for you, right? All right. But now, as you can see, like if you look here, I'm gonna do this right here. We're gonna start it from this position here. So I can hold my phone and I can move around, and I can do what I'm doing, right? Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me move the screen out the way so I gotta monitor my different channels that I'm broadcasting on. So you guys bear with me. Okay. So anyway, I can move this thing around, if I'm doing it. We're gonna put my phone on here so you guys can see. And this is all I was doing on my live, guys. That's all I was doing on my live. Nothing fancy. I messed up. I messed up. All right. So this is how this looks right here. All right. So this is what that'll look like. Okay. You got the lights there in case you need some lights. Now, if you guys look over here, you'll see that you have that adjustment right there, right? So all I'm gonna do is turn it, and I can adjust the position of this. So now it has almost like that right angle to it. Now, another thing that you could do with this, I could bring it out here wide, right? So now if I'm up and I'm taking selfies and things like that, I can go wide with it, right? I like the handle because the handle has a good grip on it. Okay, but now check this out. Like I might say, okay, I don't want to just do vertical, I want to do horizontal too. So I can turn it like that. Now give me a minute. I got it up too far. Let me turn it like that. All right. But I could turn it like that. And now I could do the whole vertical and horizontal. All right, I could do it like that. Then I could turn it back like this. Now the cool thing is I might get to a point and I might say, okay, I don't want to hold it anymore. I want to sit it down. So if you guys notice there, let me put this back in. So if you notice there, it has a little button there. You just push that button, that thing opens up like that, right? And then you can sit it down. You can sit it down in front of you, right, like that, and you can just do it hands free, which is really cool. All right, if you want it to be higher, you can do it like that, and now it's higher. All right, so you can look at it like that. Okay, but let's say for instance you're done with it. You're saying, okay, look, I'm done with this. I'm ready to go home. Okay, so all you guys do is take it off. Now watch, guys, watch how quick this thing goes back together. So you put that like that, it all clamps in. Then if you look here, this slides down, and that piece fits right into there. You see how compact that got? Then all you do is fold these two over like that. All right, then remember that adjuster there. We'll turn that, and then that thing goes down like that, right? Look how compact that is. That's super small, guys. I carry this around in my pocket all the time. Now you can actually throw this, women, you can throw this in a purse, guys. You can throw this in a gym bag. And I'm gonna show you kind of so you can have an idea of the size of it and how small it is. This is my computer mouse here. All right, you see how small that is? And then what I'll tell the person is, like I told them, I'll say, okay, if you decide to buy this today, we got the ones without the lights for $12.99 a day and $5.99 shipping. All right, but if you decide to buy the one with the lights, you can get that for $16.99 and $5.99 shipping. And guys, that's all I do. That's all I did. I did it from over there last night, and I did it from here today. And then tonight, later on tonight, I'm gonna be going live with this right here. All right, that's a really cool camera, guys. This is a camera that has a piece of Velcro built into it here, and you put the Velcro on your window. It's a window cam. You put it on there and it goes like that. Now, what I love about this camera is I bought this camera even before I got accepted in the TikTok affiliate program, but it records in 2K resolution. It's everything on its Wi-Fi. It can record to an SD card, and it can also record to the cloud. And if you choose to go with the cloud version of it, you can do it for as little as $5 a month, unlimited space up there. But they only keep your recordings for 14 days. So you can go in there and download what you want to keep or erase it off there. All right. But the thing that's really, really cool about this is, and I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna try to see if I can broadcast live tonight on Facebook also too when I'm streaming. But night vision on this is crazy. Like I have a Wise camera on the back of the house, and I was looking to get one on the front. And when I was on TikTok, I'm buying things on there, and I seen this camera company. And I was watching this guy with it. He was showing how it looked at nighttime, man. It looked like daytime, and it was full color. If you guys know anything about your cameras, like on my Wise camera, it looks like the kind of quality like when the soldiers are looking through them binoculars. It's like the black out there with a hue of white that's lit. But now with this particular camera here, man, first of all, it's shooting through the window, all right, but super clear and bright. It looks like daytime out there at nighttime, and everything is in full color. All right. Now this thing here, I think I paid $37 for this, and that was with shipping included. Now something like this, remember I told you commissions are 10 to 20%. Me, I'm just starting off. I just did 2 lives, so right now my commission on something like this would be $5. But this is the thing, guys. If I started that live up and I went on that live, let's say I stayed on that live 30 minutes, and I generated, say, 5 sales, you'll make $25 for that. Or I might generate, say, in an hour, let's say I generated 10. All right, I can make $50. All right, doing that right from home. Didn't have to invest in any inventory. Don't have to worry about any customer service. Don't have to worry about any returns, any of that. Okay, all you got to do is get good at doing what I'm doing right now, getting on there live and explaining the product. And I tell people, it's not like you're selling either. That's the crazy thing. It's like you're demonstrating, right? You're just walking through and showing people what you're doing. I was watching this dude the other day, right before I got accepted in. I was watching him, and he was demonstrating. He had what looked like an impact gun, right? It was like a drill, and then at the end of it, it had a piece like a power washer, right? So he was in his garage. It was over the weekend. It was a nice day outside. He had some shorts on, and he was washing his car, right? And he had you could see the front of it. It was in the garage, kind of like at the door of the garage, right? And so he would go over there and he was spraying. He was like, yeah, he was like, you put this piece on here to hit your tires. And he was showing you how strong the pressure was. He said, you put this piece on here. And when he changed the pieces out, he changed them out in seconds. He was like, you use this piece here to spray your car down. Then it had a plastic thing that came with it. And he was like, yeah, you put this on the front of your car and then you could foam it. And so he foamed it with soap and stuff, right? Then he put the other knives on and sprayed it down. And he would come back over. He would talk to the crowd. And so I'm looking at the guy because look, I'm trying to, I'm wanting to buy this thing. I want this for the house, man. I'm like, wow, this is a bad thing here. And so I was watching some of the people in the chat was asking a couple questions. Like one of the questions was, they were like, okay, well, how does that hook up to your hose? How does that hook up to your faucet? And he said, that's the good thing about this, guys. Let me show you. So he had a hose, right? It came with like a hose that looked like it was 5 to 7 feet long. It was probably about 7 feet long. And he held it up. He said, so this is the hose that come with it. And somebody was like, well, they don't like a long hose. And he was like, no, because you don't hook it up to the house, guys. Let me show you what you do. So he took the camera and panned it down. And he showed you that he had a bucket there, like one of them paint buckets, right? With water in it. So he was literally at the end of this thing, it has a piece that looks like an air filter with a plastic encasing on it. And it looked like it had a little weight to it because he stuck it down in there. He said, nah, man. He said, with this right here, you don't even have to be hooked to the house water. You just got to have a bucket of water. And that sucker, when he turned it on, it was shooting like he was hooked up to some of the most powerful water in the house. And I was like, wow. And then that's what that gun thing was doing, man. And I say, so wow, you can wash your car anywhere. Long as you can go get some water, put in that bucket, you can wash it. And I heard one guy in the audience, he say, yeah, he say, but the thing is, you're gonna have to have two buckets. He said, I got one of those, man. I love it. That thing is super powerful, it shoots off a lot of water. But the thing is that it goes through that water. And so I heard another guy ask him. The other guy asked him, he said, yeah, he said, how long do that battery last? Because it charges the battery, kind of like you see with your drills. And the guy said it lasts right around 45 minutes to 50 minutes. And I seen somebody on the chat. He said, yeah, he said, I've been on this live with him. And this is on TikTok, guys, on TikTok Live. He said, I've been on this live since he started, which was 35 minutes ago. And I can vouch that he hasn't changed the battery. He's been consistently running this machine. Hadn't had to change the battery. And so when you become a TikTok shop affiliate, you get a little insight, right? So when I was looking at the live, if I push a button, I could see how much commission I would get paid off of something like that. And I think it was right around $5 or 5.80, something like that. Okay, I'm like, okay, well, that's not bad on a $35 item. So, but another thing that it showed me how many items he sold in that live. And when I looked at how many he had sold 29 pieces, guys. 29 pieces. All right. And it hadn't been over 35 minutes. 29 pieces. Now let's go ahead and round off to 30. Okay. So if he was at the commission like me, if he was just a new guy who had just got accepted, didn't have any numbers, no data, no history, or nothing, and they were paying him $5, this guy sat here and made $150 demonstrating a product that I'm pretty sure by the way this guy was engaging with it, it was something that he would have bought anyway. He was out doing something over the weekend that he would have done anyway, and that was cleaning that beautiful car that he had there. And he got paid $150 for 30 minutes. Really think about that, guys. Now, what if he let that live run to an hour? All right. He could have sold 50, 60 pieces easily, made $250 to $300. And guys, when I got in and started doing research, I started looking at the volume and the profits that were being generated by people that were doing live. And guys, when I tell you, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's a reason these people were crying when they shut Facebook down. I mean, when they shut TikTok down, when it got banned for that day or two. You know, you seen all of the people getting on there crying and stuff. They weren't crying because they couldn't go on there and look at their funny videos, their cat videos of their fights and stuff. When you listen to those people, they were talking. They was like, "Man, I'm losing money. I can't believe this happened. I'm losing so much money." And when I got to researching this TikTok affiliate program, and I started seeing how much a lot of these people were making, everyday men and women going live, how much they were making, I said, no wonder these people was crying. Man, if I was making that kind of money, I'll be crying too. All right. But guys, I'm in. All right. So I got in. And I did two lives, and all I'm doing right now is just trying to figure out how this works. So I'm not stressing off of sales. What I'm stressing off is just doing activity. I'm stressing off of output right now. All right, and how do you do what it is that you do? Like I've been able to go in and talk to some people, watch some videos, and figure some things out. But a lot of things you won't figure out until you're in the midst of it, guys. But when I say this is one of the best opportunities out there, guys, there is a literally a gold mine sitting on top of the TikTok shop affiliate program, but in a bigger sense, inside of live selling. See, I was telling my wife this. I said, I remember when we were younger, man, we used to have QVC. We had the Home Shopping Network, and they were pumping hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars through those TV networks. People would sit at home on their couch and they would shop. And they sold anything, everything from jewelry, from clothing, from nutritional stuff, and they did it 24 hours a day. And that's what I see taking place with the TikTok shop affiliate program. If you go on TikTok's app and you click on that live button at the top, all right, don't go through your discovery or your for you, but click on that live button and you sit there. You can spend the whole day looking at people selling live on there. And some of those actual accounts never go dark. There's somebody selling on it for days. All right, I was listening to I do my research, and I was listening to a guy talking about he had did a story on this, all right, for one of the news networks, and he was talking about this young man, and the guy was selling like some nutritional stuff on there, and so he said that this is all the guy did. And he had some video footage showing this. So the guy would just hold a little bottle of pills, right? It was like a 30-day supply. He would just hold the bottle of pills. He didn't show his face. All you saw was his hands, right? And he was telling you what this supplement does. And he was explaining to you what it was and what it does and stuff. And then he would break. He would say, "Yeah, guys, today, you know, you can get this for X amount of dollars. We're running a flash sale on it, this and this." Okay, and this guy was doing this. I mean, these people were ordering. They were ordering it up. And when that guy got done with that live, he spent an hour. He did enough volume in that hour live to where he made $6,000 in commissions off of selling those pills. And then they say the guy went back live again later on that day, selling the same thing and made another 3 grand. And I saw stories after stories what this journalist had been investigating of people doing this. And I say, man, I say, this is it right here, guys. And I want you guys to really understand what I'm talking about. And I'm not gonna get too deep in it, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wet your mouth. All right. Check this out. You get some time. I want you to go. I want you to go research the TikTok Shop affiliate program. I want you to do that. If you got a TikTok account, I want you to go over and I want you to start doing some investigation. I want you to start looking. Okay, if you're thumbing through your stream and you come across somebody selling anything, I want you to stop and I want you to click on it and look at that room. I want you to look at that live stream. I want you to look at the top and see how many people are in there. It'll show you like 10, 20, 100, 200. I see some streams where it's 400 or 500 people in there. I want you to look at it. I want you to look at what the person is saying and what they're doing on the screen. I want you to look at what they're selling. All right, then I want you to look at that comment feed. I want you to see what those people are saying. All right. And what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to put together a picture of something that you never would have saw before because you'd have just scrolled by it. And guys, what you're going to do is if you do that for any length of time, you're going to start seeing an opportunity. All right. And I believe that right now we're sitting at a cusp of things. All right. Last year, TikTok shops did $32 billion. What I say, 32 or $36 billion, and 9 billion of it was in the USA. We're the biggest right now as far as a country. The other 20 something billion was done by a combined total of the globe, but we did 9 billion. All right. What this is showing me, guys, because TikTok shop is not old. It's not old, guys. It is showing me that this is going to be something that's going to disrupt and change how we shop. If you go do research, man, over in China, this is how they shop. They do social commerce. They buy off of social media. But they say when it comes to live selling over there, they're moving so much volume through live selling. And so I was telling my wife, man, I was like, look, this is an opportunity for somebody to take a brand, all right, to learn the skill set. If you if you don't know it, how to get in front of a camera, how to talk to a camera, all right, but how to get on there and how to review products. All you do is get on there and you just talk and review, all right, and then people buy. You don't have to sell or anything like that. If you can go in there and you can learn how to do that, get comfortable doing that, learn how to pick products and stuff, and give yourself time and do this over time, I believe that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be able to build some very big businesses on top of the TikTok infrastructure and any future infrastructure. I heard talks that eBay is going to live selling. All right. I heard some other talks, and I'm not going to say something that's supposed to be taking place with Facebook. All right. YouTube had some live, but I heard some talks about that. But right now, guys, there's time for people to get positioned. I was reading a book by T. Harv Eker. If you haven't heard of him, he's the author of The Secret of the Millionaire Mind. And he had a quote in there. He said, timing is everything. Time is everything. And right now, guys, when you go do your research, you're going to see that there's a lot of money transferring hands in live shopping. And everyday men and women have the ability to tap into this. I think TikTok has given us the blueprint, the framework, right? And you can start over there. And I believe the people that go over there and learn how to be comfortable getting in front of that camera. And right now, you could do it faces. You could just show your hands. Like when I did my first live, I didn't show my face. I had the camera set up. You just saw my hands and stuff. And then when I did the live today, I was full face and just showing it and stuff like that. But right now, it's a good opportunity for people to get established, man. Get over there, plug into their system, get accepted into the program. And I don't care if you don't even make a lot of money right now. Get over there and learn. Go learn how to do it. Because the more you do it, the better you get. I heard so many people that were interviewed in that article I was talking about from that journalist who said at first they didn't make any money. All right. Some people went a month, 2 months, didn't make a whole lot. Sales here, sales there. But as they kept doing it over time, they started making a fortune because they got better, they got good. They started mastering their craft. Okay. Some people right off the bat started making sales. I don't know what that's going to look like for you, but I'm just telling you guys, there's an opportunity there. And then what you need to do is you need to start thinking, all right, what do I do down the road if I could scale this? So I tell a lot of people what I would do if I was you, and I don't have to do this because I already have an LLC set up, Trade Up LLC. I would go set me an LLC up. All right, start my own e-commerce company. I would go do that. You can do that for about $50. All right, then I would go to irs.gov and I would get me an EIN number. All right. Then I would get me a virtual office. You can do this online for $20. I have one local because I rent a address and stuff from a co-working space. Mine costs me about 35 a month, but I get a street address and they take in all my mail and they call me when I have mail. But you could do that online for about $20. So get you a phone number, virtual phone number. I pay 35 a month for mine. I got mine from grasshopper.com, but I got an 800 number and I got a local number. But you could do that for about $10 with some services. All right. And then what you're going to do is once you got all that set up, you're going to go set you up a bank account at your bank, a business account. Go ahead and get that set up. Then what you're going to do is, because you're going to be applied to the TikTok Shop Affiliate Program, you're going to link your business account with that payout over there on TikTok. So now all that money's going to flow into your account. And right there, guys, you do your little registrations and stuff. Now you're in business. You're on an e-commerce business. And there's a lot of money in the affiliate program, and there's going to be a lot of money that's going to actually become available on other platforms as they launch their live selling. Okay, but there's other things that you can do outside of this. A lot of brands out there will pay you to do a review on their product. All right, you ever heard the term UGC, user generated content? They will pay you to do a video reviewing their product. A lot of them will pay you continuously money to review products. A lot of them will send you free gifts, free items, and things like that. All right. So not only can you do like the TikTok shop affiliate program, you could do live selling across the board. You could sell on multiple platforms, but then your company also can do user generated content. Now, if you want to scale that up, you could bring you some other personalities, some college kids, some things like that, to where you almost have like a little small agency, and you go out and get the brand deals. Brand got a new product; they need to have some video testimonials and things like that. All right, you get the contract, and you get work for yourself and for your other people. And if you're not going to do it, you get it for your people. They do it. You deliver the product to the brand. You take the money. All right, that's there. User generated content. You can get sponsorships. All right, you can get sponsorships from major brands. All right, because content is king right now. Now here's another play that you could do with that. You can create your company in a way to where you just review straight across the board. You review everything that you want to sell on TikTok. You always review that. And what TikTok allows you to do is two things. They allow you to be able to sell live, but then you can create pre-recorded video. So you cannot be live and shoot video, right? Edit it, get it real good. And then they have a certain section on the app that you can go back to and you can upload that. All right. That's called shoppable content. You can upload it through that app. Then their software looks through it to make sure you're not saying anything crazy, nothing like that. And it gives you a green thumbs up, a green light. Then what they do is they put a shop button on that content. All right. They put a button on that content now. So when that content starts distributing and people start watching it, even though it's not a live video, people can buy that product in real time. And when they buy, it activates a sale for you, a commission for you. And you got some content creators out there, they upload a lot of videos every day, 8, 10, 12 videos a day. And then they go live so often. And those people are making a killing. You could do the same thing. Right? You could do the same thing. But if you did nothing but product reviews in general, like you might say, okay, I want to do tech, I want to do gadgets or whatever. You could do the products that are in the TikTok shop, but you can do products that are on Amazon, products that's in the stores. And the reason why you want to do that is because you want to build up this portfolio of content of you reviewing products and brands. So that way you can go out there and you can get the brand work and the brand deals. Okay. All right. So that's the opportunity, guys. That's the opportunity there. I thought I'd bring that to you guys. That's something that I'm over there on TikTok playing with. All right. Trade Hippo LLC. All right. That's what we're doing. And I just wanted to pass it on to you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next video. God bless.